Good morning, everybody. All right. I'm going to wait just one more minute. Um, we have a few people that still need to connect, so I'm just going to give us some more time to let them log on. We have a special guest today. My cat, he is amazed by these plants, so he'll probably hang out by the plants or help me do yoga. Okay, let me just check. All right, well, almost everyone's on, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I chose YouTube Live today. I'm still working on getting the software set up so that I can stream to both YouTube Live and Facebook Live at the same time. I know that some people liked one over the other. There was different pros and cons to each, but YouTube Live, at least everyone was able to log on. I know people had errors for the link through Facebook, so I wanted to just make sure at least everyone can sign on and view the video. So stay tuned. I'm definitely going to get that software to stream on both platforms for next weekend so that you can choose if you like Facebook better or YouTube better, whatever works best for you. And it's awesome to see so many people still getting on their mats. Thank you again for joining me this morning. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you joining me. It's nice, even though I can't see you, it's nice to still feel connected right now. And if I haven't met you, my name's Angela from Roots Yoga. And today we're going to have an all levels flow class. So I will give different options if you want to keep it um, at a different level, maybe beginners, intermediate, or if you want to add on advanced pose options, that'll be available to you as well. So just do what you need. You're in the comfort of your own home, so feel free to take a break at any time. And today we're going to have a gratitude flow class. So starting in a seated position, if you have blocks, I'll be demoing how to use the blocks and the poses. So you can bring one under your sit bones. Maybe try that out, see if it feels okay, and that's going to let your knees open a little more gently. If you're fine just sitting right on the mat, you can do that with the ankles crossed, or half lotus if it's in your practice, full lotus maybe. For that, you'll bring one foot up above the opposite knee for half lotus. And since, right now we've had a lot of things taken away from us, it's really important to focus on what we do still have and consciously be grateful for that. So while you sit here, I invite you to just let your arms fall onto your legs and close your eyes. Bring your mind to one thing that you're grateful for today. And as you do this, start to focus on your yoga breath. It's in the nose and out the nose. So as you inhale through the nose, slowly fill up the belly. Let the belly come out and pause at the very top of the breath. As you exhale, squeeze the belly into the spine, fully emptying the lungs. Take a couple more just like that. Real slowly start to feel the body relax a little more. Good. Take another one. Get a little softer as you empty out. And then drop the head over to the right shoulder. Let both shoulders drop down. And roll the head forward. Bring the chin to the chest. Hold it there so your forehead is falling towards your legs beneath you. Let's squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. Roll them together behind you and drop them down your back. And again, lift the shoulders up high. Squeeze them together. Drop them down. Good. And swing the head up to the left shoulder now, or whichever side you didn't do last time. Pausing there. Good. Roll the head forwards. Bring it up to the right shoulder again. And then roll it forwards to the left shoulder and let the head fall back. Let's make a couple full rotations in this direction to start. Moving real slow. And then switch direction of your circles. And bring the head back up to neutral. We're going to switch the legs now. So if whichever leg's on top or crossed in front of the other, just bring that down and the other one in place of it. All right, inhale, arms up, reach. And drop your right hand down next to you, sweeping the other arm overhead for a side body stretch. You can bend that bottom elbow as much as you need, bringing it towards the mat, keeping this left hip down on the mat. So you're stretching out the left side edge of the torso. And inhale back to center. We'll drop the left hand down now, bending the other direction. A little rotation in the chest towards the ceiling to keep the chest open. Again, that opposite hip is pushed down. Both hips connect to the mat. And inhale up, so float to the right again. Inhale up, float the other way. Coming back to center now. Drop the hands down. Good. Inhale them up. Tall spine, we're going to twist to the left. We'll go both ways. So if you go the opposite way of me, that's okay. Just keep going with it. So your back hand is down behind you, and the front arm is on the outside of the thigh here. So you can use that back hand to keep the spine tall. And then if you want to twist a little deeper, push into that front thigh. And try not to strain your neck here, so you're not really turning to look behind you. Just keep the chin in line with the center of the chest. You might have to bring your head towards the front a little more. Take one more breath in here, and on your exhale, twist a little further. Good. Unwind, arms overhead, big breath in. Exhale, twist the other way. Again, using our hands to keep the alignment, tall spine, and then you can use your breath as well. So as you inhale, you get a little taller, and exhale, twist a bit deeper. Keeping the chin in line with the center of the chest. Nice rinse in the spine. And unwind, arms overhead one more time, fill up. And exhale, hands down. We're going to unwind the legs. So bring both legs forward here. You might have to shake it out for the hips and the knees a little bit, kind of rowing the legs. And then bring your left leg out to the side at a diagonal and hug the other foot to the inner thigh. All right, we're going to give ourselves a lift and a turn so that our shoulders frame the leg. If you have blocks, you can incorporate some blocks here. So we're going to fold over the leg. And the blocks are nice to bring the elbows down too, so that you can relax into the stretch. Remember, you want to find that point of not too much, not too little. So you're still getting a stretch, you're still finding strength and growth in your practice, but you're not forcing anything. You're not causing your body to tense up here. Sometimes we don't realize how much tension we actually hold in our bodies. So let this next hour give you an opportunity to let it go. Release it out. And then walk the hands back. Lifting up, we'll switch sides now. Bring your other leg out and hug the opposite foot to the inner thigh, just like this. We're going to lift and turn. Frame the leg with the shoulders. And then fold to your comfort level. So you can use the blocks for the arms. That's going to help you relax a little further. If you have the space, you can bring the hands down, maybe to the foot. And then come back to that breath. So the breath is our source of energy. It's also a source of relaxation. So it can give you that calming energy. One more breath. And walk the hands back, lifting up. We'll move our blocks if you have them. And then swing the feet around to the back, coming into tabletop. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Let's scoot up a little bit. All right, let's take some cat-cows. So drop your belly, looking up, squeeze the tailbone up, a real nice arch in the back here. And then round into cat. Chin comes to chest, tuck the tailbone under. We're lifting that spine high between the shoulder blades. All right, good. Drop the belly. Inhale as you look up for cow again. And exhale, round into your cat. Keep flowing through your cat-cows. A few more times on your own. You can incorporate other movements. So I like to kind of sway forwards, backwards. You can even hold the pose and sway the hips side to side. Just doing what feels best for you. Waking up the body. This might be the first time you've really moved in this direction or this way all day. And let's take one more cat and one more cow. Good. Once you're done, come back to tabletop. So back is flat, squeezing the belly up. You're always engaging your core in all of the poses. And I'm going to show you Chaturanga Dandasana. We're going to break it down before we start flowing because there's two ways to do it. So Chaturanga Dandasana is Sanskrit for high to low plank. We'll start in our high plank. It's going to be a quick one, so just tuck the toes, lift the knees. Good, pushing the ground away. So the first version of Chaturanga is dropping the knees. So everyone bring your knees down to the mat like this, and then bring your chest between your hands. Keep your tailbone up. This is inchworm pose. The belly is not touching the mat. Tailbone's high. Good. Look forward. And then come to cobra. Let the belly come down. The gentle back bend here. And I'm going to flatten my feet. See how my elbows are hugged into my torso? You're going to just have your hands right under your shoulders, lifting up. And then drop the forehead down. All right, come back to tabletop. So that's the first version of Chaturanga. The second version, and you can take either at any time throughout class, Starting in our high plank, lift the knees, and then you're going to lower like a reverse push-up, squeezing the elbows in, lowering all the way down. You can hover above the mat, or you can drop the belly to the mat, and then come forward to cobra. If you're ready, you can take upward dog. So come to either cobra or upward dog. Upward dog has straight arms. Pull the shoulders back. And tuck the toes. Downward dog. Push back. Good. Hold it here for a couple breaths. And pedal out the legs, bending one knee. Push the opposite heel down to the mat, switching sides. An alternative to downward dog is dropping the knees, coming back to tabletop. Or you can drop your elbows like this. Take dolphin. Bend your knees as much as you need. It's okay if your heels don't touch. All right, lift the heels high, look forward at the hands, and walk to the top. You might have to come up first and then get there. Come to a halfway lift. Hands are on the thighs, maybe your shins, as long as the back is flat, parallel to the floor. Good. Now fold. Drop the hands, drop the head. Hold it here in your fold. Just going to grab a sip of water. So put a real deep bend in your knees. Let your belly touch your thighs, and then let the head drop with gravity. You might have to shake the head to let the neck be relieved of holding it up. All right, start to rise up. Slowly peeling all the way, high mountain pose, arms overhead, bring the palms together and pull them down to your heart. All right, let's move through a couple sun A's to start getting some heat in the body. So coming to mountain pose at the top of your mat, arms are down alongside your body. Inhale, lift the arms up, high mountain, and exhale as you fold. Drop the hands. Then lifting halfway, flat back, hands on the legs. And then bring the hands down, step back to high plank. Hold it here. Now we have two options. So Chaturanga Dandasana, drop the knees, or lower like a reverse push-up. Coming to upward dog. You can always take cobra by bending the elbows and dropping the belly. Big breath in. Exhale, downward dog. All right, take one breath in through the nose and out the nose. On your next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, hop or step up to the top of the mat. Coming to a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, drop the head, drop the hands, and inhale, rise up, high mountain pose. Send it right back down, exhaling as you forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, hands down, step back, high plank. Big breath in, and exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. One breath here. On your inhale, lift those heels, bend the knees, hop or step to the hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, high mountain. Hold it here in your high mountain. Arms overhead. We're going to take chair. Sit back like you're sitting in a chair. I'll go sideways here. So notice how my knees are not forward past my toes. Take a look down at your feet and make sure you can see your toes. So scoot the knees back if you cannot. Then tuck the tailbone under. We tend to stick our booty out. You want to just tuck it in. Makes it a little more challenging. Sink down a little deeper. Good. And forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. All right, pause here. Bring the hands down. If you have blocks, you can take your blocks on either side of the feet. And step your left foot back to a lunge. So if you have no blocks, just bring the fingertips to the mat. Slide that back foot down real far. Good. And then gaze forward in your lunge. Check that front foot. You want the knee right over the foot. So it should not be past the foot like this. If it is, just hop that foot forward and breathe. Good. And then step back, come either to downward dog or take a chaturanga if you need it. We'll meet in our downward dog. Good. Need to adjust. All right, from downward dog, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Good. Push the ground away, strong arms. And then bend the knee, squeeze your heel in towards the glute, swing the knee forward to the nose, and plant the foot down. We'll come into warrior one. So lifting up, take your time here. We'll get the foundation and the legs together. So my back foot's flat, the heel is down, and the toes are slightly forward, about 45 degrees. That front foot faces forward, and the knee is right over the ankle. So your hips are forward, shoulders forward, and arms go up. All right, interlace your fingers behind you. You can always grab the forearms here, like this. Or clasp the hands wherever you are. Pull the shoulders together and down. Leaning back, look up. Big breath in. And exhale, bow forward. So you can hover like this, or you can drop down next to the knee. Your right shoulder comes next to the knee. And bringing your head as if you're going to plant it on the mat. Wherever you are, try to push those arms away just a little further. You might get wobbly. Good. And rise up. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands down, chaturanga dandasana, or go right to downward dog. So you can keep your right leg lifted for extra challenge here as you lower. Inhaling up dog. And again, meeting in downward dog. All right, from downward dog, lift the left leg high. Three-legged dog. So again, push the ground away here. Keep that foot flexed. Toes are pointed down to the mat. And then bend the knee. Squeeze the heel in towards the glute. And swing the knee forward towards the nose. Crunch it up. Plant the foot by the hands. Let's move into our warrior one on this side. So again, take your time. Set your feet. Back heel is down at a diagonal. Nice bend in the front knee. And then check your feet. So there should be a straight line from the front heel all the way down to the back heel. Arms overhead. Good. Wish I could see you guys right now, but I know you look good. Interlacing the fingers again or grabbing the forearms, your choice. Pull the shoulders together and down, leaning back. Proud warrior. And start to bow. Humble your warrior. So again, either hover or drop down. The left shoulder comes next to the front knee. Keep that bend in the front knee and push the arms away. Good. And rise up. Keep control. Move slowly. Warrior one. And send the hands down. Chaturanga Dandasana, or go right into downward dog. Again, you can keep the left leg lifted as you lower if you'd like. Inhaling up. Exhale, down dog. All right, bring the knees down. Let's take a child's pose. Bring the toes to touch. Knees are wide on the mat, and you're going to sit back. Arms stretch forward. Drop the forehead down. If you need water, this is a good time to take a water break. And with the forehead down on the mat, start to roll the head side to side here. So use the pressure on the mat into the forehead, soften the face. And soften the mind. And then walk the hands over to the right side of your mat. Bring the left palm on top of the other for a side body stretch. And then walk the hands over the other direction. Bringing the right hand on top this time. And walk the hands back to center. Lifting up. Keep the knees wide here. We're going to take melting heart pose. So the hips are right above the knees. Knees are wide on the mat. Drop your elbows down like this. And you can stay here or start to stretch your arms forward and bring the chest down to the mat. The chest touches and then the chin touches. It's a really good pose for our posture. Opens our heart. This is our source of compassion, self-love, acceptance. Take just one more breath here. And then push up to the elbows. Come back to your tabletop. So knees come in wide. And take downward dog. Push the chest to the legs. So your knees might bend a little here. You want to focus more on getting that back nice and straight rather than like this. Yeah, my chest is real far from the legs here, but my legs are straight. So focus more on getting the chest to the legs, maybe a little bend in the knees. All right, lift the heels high. And step just the left foot forward. Coming into our lunge on the other side now. So again, you can use your blocks. You're going to have a nice bend in the front knee and slide the back foot down so that your hips open. See how my hips are towards the mat, not towards the ceiling? Gaze forward, lift the chest. Just breathe. All right, step the back foot all the way up to the top. Fold over both legs. Give the knees a little shake. And inhale, rise up. Come back to your chair pose. Have strong legs today. All right, so again, tuck the tailbone under, scoot the knees back. We'll take an open arm twist. So go either way. We'll go both ways. So arms are at a T like this. You have the option to take a prayer twist if you'd like that. Bring the palms together and drop your elbow down to the outside thigh. Pushing the palms together to twist up towards the ceiling. Keep the tailbone down. All right, come back to center. Keep your chair pose. I know your legs are burning. It's okay. The sensation will pass. Let's twist the other way. So you can start with your open arm twist like this or prayer twist. Keep breathing. When you feel that urge to come out of the pose, come to the breath. Let your breath get stronger, maybe audible, maybe a little more aggressive. Use that to stay. One more breath. Come back to center. Keep the tailbone down. You got it. And fold. Release. Shake those legs out. Good. All right. We're going to take another lunge. So maybe blocks to frame the feet. Maybe hands to the mat. Step your left foot back. To lunge. Both toes point forward still. And lower the back knee all the way down. Flatten that foot, or you can keep the toes tucked if you need. Bringing the hands up to the front thigh. And from here, you have the option of bringing the arms overhead. Good. Bring the hands down and start to walk the hands back as you straighten out the front leg. So hips stay lifted off that back foot. You're going to flex the front foot as you fold forward over it. All right, start to come back to your lunge. So bending the front knee, we're going to tuck the back toes, lift that back knee up, and then grounding through the feet. Squeeze the thighs together as you lift up to a high lunge. If you fall out, just come back in. It's okay. Keep your eyes focused on something in front of you that's going to stabilize you. Trying to ignore all of the distractions of your home. I know it can be challenging, but it's good to be challenged. Now you can stay here or add a twist if you'd like. So you'll twist, your right foot's forward, you're going to twist to the right. If your left foot's forward, if you got mixed up, that's okay, just twist to the left. Gazing at the back hand. We'll meet back in our high lunge. Stay here, you got it. Another option, drop that back knee. Inhale it up. We're going to do 2 more. Drop the knee. Inhale up. Good. Last one. Inhale up, open, warrior 2. Everyone is going to meet here. So back foot opens up a bit now. See how my toes are pointed out? The front foot's still forward with a nice 90-degree bend. But now our hips are open to the side and our shoulders are to the side. Arms are at a T as you gaze forward. Just the head turns forward. Relax the shoulders here. Breathing. I promise you that breath will keep you calm and keep you energized. Flip the front palm up, reverse, reach up and back. Your back arm down the back leg. Or you can wrap that around your back. Maybe reach for that front thigh and bend a little deeper. Make sure your front knee is still bent. Good. Extended side angle. Bring your top forearm to the front thigh. Sweep your left hand overhead. If you have space, you can reach your hand down next to the front foot. Got a kitty on my mat. And lift up, warrior 2, straighten the front leg. Yeah. We'll set up for triangle. If you have a block, bring it next to your front heel, like so. Otherwise, bring the arms to a T, both legs are straight. You're going to reach forward, extend the torso, and drop the front hand down to either the block. You can bring that front hand to the shin on that leg, or you can reach for the mat. Try to keep your torso long here. So if you're crunching, just come up a little bit. Remember, find that point of not too much, not too little. So you're not straining the body to get deeper into the pose. That's why we call yoga a practice. It takes practice to go further. It takes practice to improve your balance and get stronger. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hand down. Lift your right arm, twist. All right, so try to keep both legs straight here. This is a challenging twist. You want to keep the legs straight, revolving your triangle. Try to open the chest. And drop this hand down next to your front foot. Hop the back foot up to pyramid. Again, blocks are great here. You can frame that front foot like this. So see how both of my feet are pointed forward here? You might not be able to tell, but they're each in their own lane. They're not directly one in front of the other. And both legs are straight. If you can't comfortably reach the mat and you don't have blocks, just bring your hands to your shin like this. Good. All right, bend the front knee. Scoop the back leg up. Standing splits. Now you can have your hands on your blocks. You can have them on the mat. If you've been practicing a while, why don't you try lifting your hands up one by one to the calf. So you're balancing just on your foot. That's a fun one. And drop the top foot next to the other. Scoot your blocks off the mat. All right, we're going to bend the knees so that you can bring the fingers to the mat and just heel toe the feet out wide. I'll go face you. My feet are pretty wide here. Take a ragdoll. Grab opposite arms by your elbows. Let the head fall heavy. And just let go. You can sway or you can stay. Maybe bending the knees. It's a really good pose to counteract the effects of gravity. So a lot of people find they grow a little bit in height through yoga. Poses like this, they counteract that compression in the spine. And bring the hands down. Heel toe the feet together under the hips. And inhale, slowly rise up. High mountain pose. Bring the palms together above you and pull them down to your heart. So you should be feeling pretty warmed up now. We're going to practice some standing balancing work now. All right. Let's take airplane pose. So, arms come down alongside your body. And keep your right foot planted. Lift your back legs. You can start with it just behind you like this with the toes down. Hinging at the waist. Once you feel ready, put a little bend in that front knee so you can scoop the back leg up. Yeah. Keep the toes pointed down towards the mat. Try to get yourself parallel to the floor. Awesome. All right, come back to mountain pose. I want to show you guys dancer pose now. So if you know dancer, just go right into it. I'll take us step by step. We're going to, let's see, we'll switch sides. We'll go both ways on both sides. So you can keep your left foot down now or the right, doesn't matter. Lifting the other leg, grab the foot behind you like this. So keep your other arm forward. That's going to help counteract you, counterbalance. And you can stay just like this. Or if you're ready to go a little deeper, switch your hand, grab the arch of your foot. So see how my hand was on the pinky edge? Now it's on the big toe edge. And then you start to lean, just like we did in airplane. But you have this bind holding your foot. And if you're okay leaning forward like this, you can start to bring the foot up towards the ceiling. If you have a wall next to you, grab a wall and release. All right, so we've got to do the other side. I will turn. We're going to take airplane pose first. So whichever side you didn't do airplane pose on, you should keep, it should be your left foot down. And then lift the right leg back. Toes are down on the mat to start. And hinging at the waist. So you can always just stay like this, practicing getting that strength of the torso and that bottom foot, your left foot down. But if you're ready, lift the back leg up and start to take flight. So again, keep your eyes focused on something, not looking at me. You're looking at something on the floor or maybe the wall in front of you to hinge a little deeper. Hold it. And slowly come back to mountain pose. Maybe shake the knees out, the ankle. Got one more. We're going to have really good balance after today. So dancer pose on the opposite side that you did last time. So if you're following me, you'll keep your right foot down. I was alternating feet. Lifting your left foot. Grab the top of the foot with your hand. And again, bring the other arm forward. So this is going to help keep you balanced. Try to just listen to me here. Not looking at me, not turning your head. That's going to throw you off. So you can stay like this and start to hinge at the waist. If you're feeling pretty good, flip your hand to grab the arch of your foot. And start to hinge. From there, you can lift the foot up towards the ceiling. Hold it. Good. Slowly come out. I think you guys rocked that. I feel it. Shake it out. I always like to shake out my ankles. They tighten up after standing poses, so it's good to move that out. All right, let's come back to mountain pose. Come to the top of your mat, arms alongside the body. Inhale, fill up, high mountain. Give me a little back bend at the top. Look up, lean back, lift the heart high, and slowly fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. And then grab your blocks or move into lunge on the other side. Step your right foot back this time. Slide it all the way down, sink into the front knee, and lift the chest. Breathe. All right, bring the back knee all the way down. So again, you can keep the toes tucked or flatten that back foot. Bring your front hands up to the thigh to lift the chest. Keep the shoulders relaxed. You can stay here or bring the arms up. Going to challenge the balance a little more. Try to keep your hips pulled forward. See how my back knee is or my back quad is at a diagonal. I'm not directly on the knee. Bring those hips forward to get there. One more breath in. And exhale, hands down. Start to straighten out the front leg. Flexing that foot as you lean back. Blocks are nice here, if you'd like. Or you can fold, work your nose toward your knee. All right, start to bend that front knee. Come back to your lunge. So tucking the back toes under, lift the knee. You know it's coming now, so prepare. Ground down through the feet. Squeeze the thighs together as you rise up. High lunge. Fingertips to the sky. Awesome. We've got options now. So you can stay here practicing balancing in your high lunge or add a twist. So your left leg should be forward. You'll twist to the left if so. If you got mixed up and your right leg's forward, twist to the right. We'll go with the flow here. Looking at the back hand. But come back to center. And again, optional to lower that back knee. Inhale it up. We've got two more. You got it. Drop it down. Inhale high. Stay strong. One more. Inhale up and open. Warrior two. I'm going to turn so that I can still see the camera here. So your left foot's forward and your warrior two. Back toes point out to the side so your feet are at a T shape. Remember, the hips are open, the shoulders are open, just the head looks forward. See if you can get a little deeper in that front knee. Yeah. Engage the core, remember? There's a lot to remember. That's why I'm here. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior, reach up and back. So again, the back arm can go down the leg or wrapped around your low back, reaching for the front thigh to bend a little further. Extended side angle, bring the top arm to the front thigh. Sweep the right arm overhead, a nice long side edge of the torso. And again, you can always reach this bottom hand next to the front foot. Inhale, lift up, warrior two. Let's straighten out the front leg. Yeah, let's get ready for triangle. I love using a block here. Next to that front knee or front heel. Arms at a T, reach forward and then hinge at the waist to your triangle pose. All right, so again, look how long my torso is. You want to reach your chest forward, away from the hips. And you can drop down if you have space, but not forcing anything. Either look up at the top hand or look down at the bottom hand, your choice. Take another big breath in. And exhale this top hand down. We're going to twist. So both legs stay straight as you lift your left arm. Try to get some space in the torso. I know you feel crunchy here. That's okay. Breathe. And then drop this hand down. All right, we're going to move into pyramid. So the back foot's going to hop up about halfway or so. You can use blocks. Both feet point forward. Both legs are straight. So you should feel this along the back side of the legs, maybe in the back. If you have space, you can bring the hands down and fold a little further. All right, bending the front knee, scoop the back leg up, standing splits. So from here, you can have your hands on the mat or the blocks, or working the hands up one by one to the calf. So you're balancing just on that foot. Hold it. And bring this top leg down next to the other. Shake the knees. Inhale, rise up, high mountain. Palms together again, pull them down. All right. We'll start to move into our cool down. But first, a little more work. So step your feet out wide. I'm going to go sideways here. So they're going to be touching the edges of your mat. Palms are together, and bend the knees, goddess squat. So you can have the hands on the mat here. If you need to keep your heels lifted, you can take that version. If you're able to just kind of hang, you can bring the palms back in front of the chest and push those elbows into the thighs to open them. So try to keep a nice tall back here. Reaching the crown of the head up, opening the hips. You can stay here or take a crow if you want to fly a little more today. I'll demo crow. So hands come down in front of you. And I like to lift up and just hop my feet together behind me first. Knees are up by the elbows. And gazing forward, you're going to start to lean forward, making a little shelf with your arms for your knees, and then scooping the toes up to crow. So you can practice this by just kind of rocking forwards and backwards. If you have a block or a pillow, bringing it forward helps kind of relieve that concern of maybe face planting. You can use it to counterbalance like this. So something you can practice on your own. I'd like to challenge anyone that is flying in their crow today. So from crow pose, see if you can shoot your legs back high plank. Let's all meet in high plank. All right, hold your plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, almost there. 1, hold it, drop to your forearms. Elbows come down. Squeeze the belly up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down to the belly, Sphinx pose. Elbows are under the shoulders. A gentle back bend as you connect back to your breath. All right, let's take my favorite shoulder stretch. So bring your right arm out to the side. You're going to have your palm face down. I know you can't see my palm, but it's face down. Slide it out like a half T. And then push over onto this edge. Here, I'll scoot over a little. So you're going to push over. Bring the head down to the mat. And then your legs are stacked, so you can have one on top of the other. Or you can bring the top leg back behind you. Sinking in. Relax the bottom arm, soften the bottom shoulder. And then roll back to your belly. All right, we're going to switch sides. So bringing the left arm out. Again, your palm is face down. It's at a half T here. Roll over onto this edge. So again, your legs can stack, or you can bring the top leg back behind you, dropping the head down. And then sink in. Relax. And roll back to the belly. Pushing up to tabletop now. So the knees are under the hips, hands under shoulders. We're going to move into some planks. So keep both knees right where they are to start. Swing just your left foot out to the side. So see how it's kind of like a kickstand out to the side so that I can extend the right arm and right leg to a supported side plank. Now, if a full plank is in your practice, just straighten out that bottom leg. Wherever you are, see if you can lift your top leg up, taking up space. Yeah. Fire it up. You are strong. Hold it. One more breath. All right. Come back to either high plank or take a tabletop. We're going to switch to the other side. So keeping both knees down if you're in tabletop, swing the right toes out, make your kickstand. I'm going to go the other way so I can still see. And then extend, open up. Either stay here or take your full side plank. Hips stay lifted as high as you can. And then maybe open. Yeah, we're almost done. Give it everything you've got. Feel good. Hold it. And come back to tabletop. Let's all move to tabletop now. You can kind of roll out the wrists if they're feeling funky after that. And then we'll move into our hip opener. So I will show you two different versions of pigeon. The first version is bringing your right knee forward behind the right hand. And then use your other hand to grab the foot, swing it up. Now, it might not go all the way up like this. You might have it down. That's okay. Blocks are great too. I will grab my blocks for support. And if you're using blocks, you'll bring one under the right thigh, sinking back onto it. And then you can bring one in front for the arms down. Or if you're feeling good, come all the way down. Maybe bring your head to the top of the hands. And then a good reclined version of this, if you're feeling pain in the knees or it's just not working today, come down to your back. And then cross the right ankle over the knee, making an upside down triangle with your legs. And you can stay there if that's enough. Or grab the left thigh, pulling it in like this. Either option is great. Just stay wherever you are. We tend to hold a lot of stress in our hips. People might be feeling extra stressed out during these times that we're experiencing. So just notice the sensations that this pose brings. So one of the benefits of yoga is that it helps us connect to our body, and we may notice one side different than the other. Maybe one side is stronger or weaker. We may notice where we hold tension in our bodies too. So it just helps you to be more conscious of what your body needs to keep it healthy, keep it vital. Soften a little deeper. Relax the glutes, relax the shoulders. And then start to lift up. So if you're on your back, you can just unwind the legs, hug the knees in. Otherwise, stay here with your arms straight and maybe bend that back knee up if you need. You can grab it for a nice quad stretch. And then we'll switch sides. So if you're on your back, you can go ahead and cross the other leg over. Otherwise, come to tabletop. Give yourself a little sway side to side to loosen up that work. And then move into pigeon on the other side. So bring the knee forward, grabbing the foot, swing it up. Try to keep the foot flexed here as you slide the back knee down, sinking a little deeper. Maybe a block under the thigh, and maybe one out in front. For the arms, you can also bring your head down to that block. And while we're here in this moment of stillness, bring your mind to whatever it was that you said you're grateful for today. And as you repeat that in your mind right now, let the corners of your mouth curve upward towards your eyes, forming a smile on your face. They say that even faking a smile, it creates the same benevolent feelings as a genuine one. So let that smile ease your mind a bit. Let that smile create some peace within yourself. And then relax a little further into the pose, soften where you feel tense. And start to straighten the arms, again pausing here. Bend that back knee. If you're reclined on your back, you can just let go and hug the knees into the chest, maybe rocking side to side. And we'll all meet in tabletop. Take some intuitive movement in your tabletop. So just whatever feels good for the hips right now, not thinking too much about what you're doing here. Good. Come to seated. And bring your feet in front of you, planted like this. Knees are lifted. We're going to work the core a little bit. I'm going to go sideways here. And then we'll start to wind down and move into a short Shavasana. All right, so from here, we're going to take boat pose. You got to lean back and lift your feet up like this. Now you can grab under your thighs. You can bring your hands down at any time if you feel like you're going to roll back. Or you can have your arms alongside the legs. Your choice. Wherever you are, start to straighten your legs. See how much you can straighten those, babies. Lift the chest to the toes. Maybe arms overhead if you really want another challenge here. Good. And then plant the feet. Wrap your arms around the front of the shins. Pull the chest forward. Breathing. We're going to take one more boat pose. All right, setting up. Bring the knees together. Lean back. Lift the feet. Taking your hands, your arms, wherever you need them. The floor, straight ahead, your choice. And straighten those legs. High boat. Lift the chest. Optional here to drop to low boat. And then back up. High boat. One more time. Optional. Drop to low boat. Squeeze it up. And lower all the way down to the mat. Sweep your arms overhead when you get there. Stretch it out. Stretch out the abs. And then bring the arms down alongside the body. We're going to bend the knees to take bridge pose. And if you have a block, I'll show you a modified version. So first, make sure you can touch your heels with your fingers. And then push through the heels, lift the hips up. Working your shoulders, your arms under your back. If you have a block, you can bring it under, either at the medium height like this under your hips, or maybe the low height. So just do whatever you feel you need right now. You're getting that gentle inversion either way. So even if you're on a block or if you're not, your hips are up above your heart. That's going to help with your circulation, your energy levels, keep our heart healthy. All right, if you don't have a block, lower down. If you do have a block, stay there. And if you lowered, just sway the knees side to side to neutralize the spine. We're going to take one more back bend. So there's two options here. You can take the bridge pose that we just did, lifting the hips up, or if wheel is in your practice, take wheel. All right, so setting up, bring the knees to the center. I'll demo wheel this time. Wheel is bringing the hands next to the ears, and let's all lift. Good, keep breathing. Optional if you want to lift one leg. Send it high, wherever you are. Maybe you're in bridge, lift that leg high, and then drop it down, switch sides. Push the ground away, you're strong. Drop the leg if you lifted it. Tuck the chin to chest, and everyone lower down. If you have a block, take it out from under you. Again, we're going to sway the knees side to side, neutralizing the spine. And then bring your knees up to the chest, taking a happy baby. So you'll grab either the bottom of the feet or grab your ankles. Wherever you are, pull the feet down. Your legs open wide here. And you can rock side to side. It feels good on the low back. Push your tailbone down to the mat, wherever you are. Maybe you want to practice straightening out one leg, straightening out the other. Good. Let go of the feet now. We're going to bring the knees together and then let the legs go straight up to the ceiling. So hands come down next to your hips, or under your hips, I should say. This is legs up the wall pose. You can stay here just keeping the feet up to the ceiling, or take shoulder stand if you have it in your practice. Bringing the hips up and your hands come to the back. So try not to turn your head if you're in shoulder stand. Just keep looking up to the toes. Pull the chin away from the chest. If you want to go further, you can drop the toes above your head, coming into plow. If you came into plow, come back to shoulder stand. So hips are lifted, feet are straight up to the ceiling. And then lower to legs up the wall. So back is flat. We're going to just roll the ankles in both directions here. Breathing. Start to wind down. Good. And then take the arms in a diamond shape. So they're going to look like this on the floor or on the mat above your head. Let your shoulders relax. Your fingertips might not touch. That's okay. Just keeping the shoulders falling to the mat. And then bend the knees for a twist. So drop the knees to the right side. You can scoot your hips over to the left a little bit to keep the hips in line with your shoulders. They should be straight below the shoulders. And in your twist, if your knees don't touch the floor, you can use a block underneath them, just letting you really relax into this twist. Turn your head the opposite way of the knees as well. Get a little softer. Then lift the knees up. We're going to let them fall the other way. So again, you can adjust your hips, scoot them to the right side to keep them in line with the shoulders. And just let everything go, really melt into the pose. Turning the head to send the twist up through the neck. Letting go of the legs. You're not holding anything up here. No work. No more work is needed. Lift the legs up, back to center. And squeeze them in. Bring your hands to the top of the shins. Give yourself a hug. Maybe the head touches the knees. Squeeze real tight. And then let the legs fall down, coming into Shavasana. We'll take a shortened Shavasana today. But for this last minute or so, just close the eyes. Let yourself be still here in our last pose. Try to let the body melt into the mat and let your mind be free of all the external distractions and the clutter, worries, the anxiety. Give yourself this gift of letting all that go, just right now. Start to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Bringing the knees up to the chest and roll to the right side or either side, whatever side feels comfortable for you. We're just going to lay in our fetal position for a moment here. Keep the eyes closed, just listening to my voice. And while you're here, let's set an intention for the rest of our day. Now that we've taken time to connect to ourselves and be present, choose an intention. So something you'd like to incorporate more of, maybe. It could be more self-care. It could be on what you are grateful for, what you do have. Maybe taking this time to just rest, knowing that that's perfectly fine. Whatever it is, focus your mind on that for a moment. And then push up to seated. When you get there, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Keep the eyes closed. And thank yourself for taking this time, putting in the effort to keep yourself healthy and well, connecting to your mind, your body, your spirit. Together, we'll lift our thumb knuckles up to the third eye center. And in class, we bow. Namaste. And I want to thank you all again for joining me today. As always, I welcome any feedback. Hopefully, there were less buffering issues this time around, but feel free to send me an email. And next time, we're going to try something new. So, we're going to be working on getting Facebook Live and YouTube Live at the same time. So, you can choose whichever one is better for you. I wish you all a wonderful Sunday and wish I could see you all, but thanks for joining me. I hope that you are all staying safe and healthy right now. and just keeping yourself positive. I know it can be a challenge, but thank you. I hope to see you soon. Bye, everybody.